and something evil's lurking in the dark. I love the moonlight. Singing something special stops your heart. You try to scream, but terror takes the sound before you make it. Girl. Wait, I did that wrong. No, I didn't. Like between the eyes, you're paralyzed. 'Cause this is Thriller. Woo! Thriller night. Your body's supposed to die. The beat's about to strike. 'Cause this is Thriller. Woo! Thriller night. Your body's supposed to die. Thriller. I don't know none of the words to Thriller. You know the words to Thriller?
Actually, yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
It's close to midnight and someone's rolling up that guitar. Doo-doo, doo-doo. Anyway, let's start the show. Good morning. Good morning, and welcome back to another episode of Wake and Bake with BeMo. I don't know the words to Thriller, yeah. I don't think I know the words to any song, to be honest with you. What do I be listening to?
You know Jeezy.
I do know Jeezy. This is very true. This is true.
What do I be listening
Last time I checked, I was the man in these streets. What do you say, sweetheart?
You said, what do I be listening to?
What do I be listening to?
Quincy Jones yesterday.
I was listening to Quincy Jones. But I'm just saying, like, if I don't know the lyrics to Thriller, I've been hearing Thriller my whole life.
Yeah, I don't know how you manage that, sweetheart.
I don't know. Thriller night. I don't have no idea. But welcome back to another episode of Wake and Bake with BeMo. I'm your culture correspondent and analyst for the morning, Bryant Brown, but the good folks remind me to BeMo. Before we even get started with another moment this morning, I want to say good morning to the Quincy Jones and my Michael Jackson, okay? I want to say good morning to the red leather jacket of my multi-million-dollar music video. I want to say good morning to my flying, one-eyed, one-armed, flying purple people eater. Good morning to the lady of the house. Good morning, lady of the house.
Huh? Hey.
You don't want to be the flight to my one-eyed, one-armed, flying purple people eater?
Sure.
Thanks, man. I appreciate you being the wings.
What did we say yesterday? Hey, diddle diddle.
Hey, diddle diddle. And the dish went off with the spoon. Boy, I tell you, man, we want to say good morning to y'all. Also want to say good morning and give us a great shout out to the Washington Former Bridge, WI Bridge DC, or WI Bridge DC.com for all on WIBridgeDC.com or at WI Bridge DC on all social media sites, so that you can stay abreast of all the things that's going on with the DC, what's going on in DC. I think they just released a new Go-Go alumni issue for the Washington Informer Bridge. We want to thank Lafayette and the folks over at the Washington Informer for supporting Wake and Bake with BeMo for 4 seasons now. As we get ready to wrap up on our 4th season, we want to thank y'all, Washington Informer Bridge, for supporting us. It's so great to have a Black legacy newspaper be a part of this show, so we appreciate them. Also want to give a huge shout out to the Tell Her This podcast. Make sure y'all go check that out wherever you listen to your podcast. Tell Her This podcast at Tell Her This podcast or tellherthispod.com. Check out my girl Rochelle at Rochelle Music, so you can stay abreast of what's going on. If you're interested in women's stories, or if you're interested in just hearing different perspectives from different people, definitely go check out the Tell Her This podcast. Lady House, if you don't mind, play the clip.
And there will be times where
people on Instagram,
people know, like people within the family know I'm right, but no one will stand up for me. And at the end of the day, it's just like, they showed up like they always do. Anyway, disappointing. That really definitely hurt really bad. You know,
Did you want your family to fight for you?
I did. I thought that maybe somebody would. I will never lie about that. And that's what hurt. They did not. They did not. They never do.
You're listening to the Tell Her This podcast, a storytelling podcast for women, available now on all podcast platforms.
So definitely go check out the Tell Her This podcast on all podcast platforms. Definitely got the NPR vibe. And tell Rochelle that the Wake and Bake with BeMo show said, what up? All right. And then lastly, before we get into this morning show, I want y'all to go check out the new Blueprint newsletter, BeMoBrown.substack.com. If you're watching, the Later House is putting up the lower third right now, so you can go visit that. $5 a month to get you into the written machinations of this exiled revolutionary. The last thing that I put up was the Paul Ropes and Negro of the Week for our 16 land grant HBCUs. We have more articles coming out, including the next episode of the Blue Notes, which will be coming out pretty soon. So definitely go check that out. It's the last day of the month. So you'll be up to date for the new month that's coming up with all of our new content that's going on. Definitely go check out the new Blueprint newsletter, BeMoBrown.substack.com, and then you'll be aware of the new Blueprint parlors that are going on and some of the events and some of the things that we're going to be doing when we take time off from the visual and audio portion of the show. So with all that being said, Sweetheart, we got all through our shout outs. I want to remind the folks on Instagram, if you want to see the full show, come on over to YouTube. The link is in the bio, or just search BeMo Brown, BeMo Brown, because it's a reminder, not a name. We got some great things we want to talk about this morning, Sweetheart. It is Tuesday, so of course we have our Sweetheart's Black Fact. I don't know, I keep changing the song.
You do it every different.
Sweetheart's Black Fact. I keep changing up the song. We have that going on today. We have an interesting conversation this morning. I want to talk about Cenat going to fake jail. And I also want to talk about some of the revolutionary things that happened over the week via TikTok over something that I think people haven't thought too much about, but it is truly an Afro-futuristic problem. I want to talk about that. And that's the thing that's going on with Keith Lee in Atlanta. But before we even get started, Sweetheart, you want to go ahead and give us the Sweetheart's Black Fact?
We got a few comments.
We got some comments?
Yeah.
Got some people in the house?
Yeah.
Have they said good morning to the lady of the house?
Yeah.
Because I'm looking on Instagram right now, and people looking at me in the bottom of the chin, but they're not saying good morning to the lady of the house.
Okay.
Go ahead. It's mandatory.
Jordan said, happy Halloween, lady of the house in BeMo, commenting from New York Avenue traffic.
Oh, wow.
Hey.
Good morning. I'm sorry, brother.
Right.
You taking that left on the 395? Because, man, I know it.
And then he said, happy Halloween, nigga.
Who said that?
Jordan.
He said, happy Halloween, nigga?
Like, with C's, so like.
Oh,
nigga,
knuckle?
you know?
Gotcha.
Right. And then Sly said, yes, sir.
Good morning. Good morning.
Hey.
How we doing? We doing all right? The Wake and Bake with BeMo Nice, they all right? It's all right. Anyway, Sweetheart, let's go ahead and start it off with the Sweetheart's Black Fact, if you don't mind. This is our chance to intersect with some true facts going on. We do a lot of analysis and breakdowns and new blueprint manufacturing on here, but it's always nice to get in touch with history. So, Sweetheart, if you don't mind.
Okay, the number of free Negroes in the United States who fought to perpetuate slavery is not exactly known, but there must have been thousands. In June 1861, Tennessee began to recruit Negroes between the ages of 18 and 50. South Carolina did the same in 1862. In a review of 28,000 Confederate troops held at New Orleans on November 23, 1861, 7 months after the outbreak of war, there was one regiment of 1,400 free Negroes.
Okay.
Preston Roberts, a Negro, was unofficial quartermaster of General Nathaniel Forrest. He was given the Cross of Honor, the highest Confederate medal, and until his death in 1910 was treated in all respects like a white man in the South.
This is a black man?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the proof is see Negro Yearbook, page 329, Tuskegee Institute.
That's interesting because we, Tuskegee Institute.
Right?
All right.
Right.
All right. It's interesting because in the last Sweetheart's Black Fact, we definitely discussed how Lincoln thought that the use of black folks in the war would help win the war. The thing that just got my attention, they were recruiting soldiers from 18 to 50.
Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now, Sweetheart, I've read a lot of enslaved narratives and stories about the enslaved and nonfiction recounts about the enslaved. I thought one of the things is that they ain't had no birth certificate. So how the hell they knew if they was 18 to 50? Hey, nigga, you look old enough. Come fight. That's
right.
what it was.
Right.
No, nigga, you too old. Don't fight with us.
Right.
18 to 50, my ass.
There's definitely a couple of 65s in there.
Definitely some 70-year-olds in there.
Right.
Did we not see Glory with Morgan Freeman? Morgan Freeman was 95 in the damn movie. Damn. All right.
But
Sweetheart.
I thought it was interesting, given the topics today, and then like the theme of what we've been talking about the last couple of episodes.
What you mean?
Envy, and I'm just thinking about. I don't really want to call it race betrayers, but it's kind of what it feels like, right? Tying into the whole black capitalism.
Read the last two sentences before you got to the proof part.
He was given the Cross of Honor, that part.
Yeah.
The highest Confederate medal, and until his death in 1910 was treated in all respects like a white man in the South.
See?
Right.
That's why we got to start calling these niggas white.
Right.
And don't think DJ Envy because the weekend passed. Your ass still white.
Right. We ain't forget.
You ain't nigga. I don't give a fuck about no scam. I don't give a fuck about no Ponzi scheme. Nigga, you taking 4-bedroom houses and turn them into 6-bedroom apartment buildings. Get the fuck out of here. Mm-hmm. Anyway, I done got excited. But that's actually a great way for us to start, sweetheart. Because this morning, I want to talk about something that I feel like might be a little silly.
Okay.
And that is Keith Lee pulled up to Atlanta. If you don't know who Keith Lee is a 17 million followed TikTok food critic. Specifically he's a black man. He was in MMA. Y'all just seen me kill a fruit fly live on air and ain't seen it get away. That's crazy. We live in this ghetto house. You got stuff around? No. Stay focused, BeMo. Keith Lee is a TikTok content creator who does food criticism. The reason that he usually goes viral is because he has the ability to look at a small business or a business that has been undermarketed or underappreciated. He goes and visits, does the food review, and then there's lines busting out the door, right? If you don't know who Keith Lee is, I'm going to have to give you an F for your internet culture report for the day. That's your grade for the day is an F if you don't know who Keith Lee is. I mean, come on, man. This is one of the most prominent black men on the internet today. Keith Lee pulled up to Atlanta to do a series of food reviews. And in watching those food reviews, I noticed something, sweetheart. It's not something that I noticed specifically in the food reviews, but I'm starting to notice there is a trend reverberating through the black business class. And what's funny is last Tuesday, we kind of had a similar conversation. Last Tuesday, we had a similar conversation about DJ Envy and these tiny homes and getting got without getting got. So, sweetheart, do me a favor. Let's start off this part of this conversation. Let's talk to Keith Lee. Go ahead and start it off with Keith Lee. Everything should be in order, by the way.
Me and my family are in Atlanta, and currently we are at the Real Milk and Honey. I got it. Let's try it and rate it 1 through 10. As you can see, I don't have any bags in my hands. We are at the Real Milk and Honey on Main Street in College Park. Before we came, we attempted to call our order in. We were greeted with an automatic message that said they do not take call-in orders. The automatic message said the only way you can do pickup is through DoorDash. We went through DoorDash, they was closed. But online, it said they closed at 5 o'clock. We went on DoorDash at 4 o'clock, but we were already here, so we just went inside. I stayed in the car and my family went in and they told them they were closed early for deep cleaning. Yet the door is wide open and it's people still going in and grabbing their orders. Now we have no idea if those people ordered beforehand or what the case is. Also, the people who relayed this message, my family said were really nice. It's just the rules. And so far being in Atlanta, I found some places do have unique rules and this is one of them. I want to be very clear, we're not blaming one person or saying one person was rude. In plain terms, don't call this restaurant trying to get nobody fired. Ain't nobody do nothing. This is just the rules they had. If you don't like their rules not for you. And for me and my family, the rules just wasn't for us. We just not their target audience. For the record, afterwards, I did walk in and they did recognize me and they attended the services, but I respectfully declined. I'm a normal person. I pay for my food like everybody else. I walk in spots like everybody else. We are all normal people. Respectfully, if you're not gonna do it then, don't do it now. God bless you. Yeah, we're just trying to get some food. But I am gonna make this very clear. I do not support, condone, or agree tearing down these businesses. While we personally may not have the best customer service experience, that does not mean you will have the same experience. That also don't mean go on Twitter and tear these businesses down. At the end of the day, business owners are people. You never know what people are going through. The only reason I'm even making this is to share my authentic and real experience like I always do. I don't mean no harm, I don't have no malicious intent, but I always say I'm gonna be 100% honest, and that come with the good and the not so good. You don't know what nobody going through, so what we can't do is just judge off of somebody else's experience. If you would like to go to these places or any other place that I've been to, I encourage you to go try it for yourself and make your own opinion. But we still in Atlanta, and we on Main Street, and it's a bunch of spots here, so we're gonna go to a different spot. God bless you, have an amazing day, y'all be safe.
Okay, sweetheart. So we heard Keith Lee. We heard Keith Lee talk about these rules.
Mm-hmm.
The rules to eat in an Atlanta establishment. Now, if you have been on the internet, if you have been to Atlanta, if you have witnessed these things, you know that it is a little difficult to eat food in Atlanta if you aren't dining in or willing to wait hours upon hours to get into a restaurant. My homegirl Candace says it's the clubification of the restaurant scene that's gone out of control in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to focus on these rules. The rules of engagement as it pertains to customer service. Now, you and I, we have believed customer service to be that if someone treats you nicely, if someone has charm, if someone respects you while they're giving you service, that is positive customer service. But I have come to the understanding after looking at these videos and after reviewing some of the tactics of black capitalism that we have confused talking nice to somebody as customer service. And if you have been watching the show, then you know that as a black business, our endpoint should not be customer, it should be community.
Yeah.
So I feel like some of these restaurateurs, some of these creators, some of these stylists, if they took out the concept of customer service, like I'm just going to be nice and hopefully that's everything that we need, and started to approach the business like community service, what does my community need from my business in order for the community and my business to be successful, then maybe we could turn a new leaf. And as I just noted a second ago, this Keith Lee restaurateur list of rules that prevent black folks from commercing, it's not something that's specific to Atlanta, specific to restaurants. Sweetheart, what's next on the list? Is it the rules?
Customer, not community service.
Okay, so then, do I got the rules there or not?
Yeah.
I do?
It's below that.
Put up the rules real quick so that people know what we're talking about. And read some of these rules real quick. These are the rules to the real milk and honey in Atlanta. And again, I want to remind you that this may feel silly, but when I bring this all around, these are the rules in which we govern each other. What's up, Lexi? Good morning. Come on over to YouTube so you can get it popping. You got to read the rules for me, sweetheart.
Okay.
You might have to double click.
Yeah. We guarantee great food. Everything else is left to chance. We try our hardest, though. We really do. That's number one. Number two.
Hold on. As a rule, the real milk and honey, their First Amendment in their Constitution, the first rule is, what, sweetheart?
We guarantee great food. Everything else is left to chance.
Everything else is left to chance.
Not even circumstances, just chance.
Chance. Keep going.
Number two, we do not provide individual checks. However, we will allow up to 3 forms of payment.
Keep going.
3, 18% gratuity added to parties of 5 or more, or checks larger than $75.
Keep going.
Number 4, no modifications to any of the menu items. If you have a food allergy, please choose another item without the allergen.
Mm-hmm.
Number 5, be nice.
No substitutions. If there is a food that you're allergic to, don't order that. Next rule is be nice. Keep going, sweetheart.
Number 6, no reservations unless you're Barack Obama. Hey, there's exceptions to every rule. Number 7, no table hibernation, 90-minute max. Others have to eat too. Number 8, if we prepare your selected item to our menu specifications, we will not remove the item from your bill. Our entrees are not samples. Thanks. Number 9, no parties larger than 4 on days that end in Y. Read
rule number 3 again.
18% gratuity added to parties of 5 or more.
Now read the rule you just read.
No parties larger than 4 on days that end in Y.
Okay, for sure. Just want to make sure.
We're a small place, and when we get busy, large groups are hard to accommodate. We do not push tables together. And number 10, we have no waiting area inside. Keep in mind, if on the wait list, you can receive a text when your table is ready. Naps in your car are fine. Remember, this is supposed to be fun.
Remember, this is supposed to be fun. You can take this little punk-ass rule list out, sweetheart. This is what I'm talking about. Now, to me, again, even thinking about it like, damn, you trying to build a new blueprint from a food critic on TikTok? Yes. Why? Because this is a black-owned restaurant in what is supposed to be the promised land for blackness. And these are the rules that they have dictated to govern each other. The government won't allow us to create laws specifically for each other. See the Fearless Fund. We can't even raise money for each other.
Right.
Public education won't even let us educate each other from black to black because that's considered discrimination. So the first way that black folks could examine how we would govern each other in a system that is devoid of whiteness, devoid of America, even where capitalism could be optional, what we have is 10 rules of foolishness. And I would like to reiterate something that we've been saying on this season of the show. The point of black business should not be customer. The end point of black business should be community. Right. And in what community can you not have a party of more than 4 people? In what community are your allergens not taken into consideration when you're eating somewhere? In what community is customer service, fairness, equity, justice left to chance? So when Keith Lee says, maybe I'm not in this demographic of this restaurant, the demographic of people who are hungry and want to eat, it makes me question, what the fuck are these black businesses?
Right. What are you really doing it for?
What are we doing? If the point is not to build community, if the point is not to feed your people, if the point is only to protect yourself from liability or financial stress or difficulty, what are you really doing with the community? You using us.
Right.
We customers. We a flip. Put in the next video, sweetheart, because this to me is where it gets interesting. Because Keith Lee is talking about food, but if you read that list and it reminded you of hairstylists, if it reminded you of certain creatives, if it reminded you of other black businesses, I don't think that is a coincidence. Sweetheart, I think black Americans have a problem.
Yeah.
Play the video.
So I have noticed a good amount of entrepreneurs, including myself, that have had to go back to work due to needing to bring in revenue out.
Because people can tell when you treat them like they a flip, like they some type of jug, like they just some clientele custos, and you can't wait for them to get the hell on. You're not treating people like actual customers. You treating them like you doing them a favor. You see us as dollar signs to fund your luxury lifestyle, so you can say that you're an entrepreneur. But one of the big things about entrepreneurship is customer service. A lot of y'all people are mean. Y'all are mean. Y'all act like we bothering y'all. Everything that the customer does is an inconvenience for you, yet you can inconvenience them without penalty. That's why you don't have retention. When companies say the customer is always right, it's not because they think that the customer is always right. It's because without the customer, you don't have a business. So a lot of y'all aren't entrepreneurs. You're hustlers, and you using people like flips. You treating them like they a flip, like they a jug, like they a lick, so you can fund your luxury lifestyle. Hairstylists, lash techs, which is pretty much a new thing for me, but barbers, all of these used to be working class services for working class people, and it used to be a community thing. When my mom went to the same hairstylist for years, and it was an all-day process. She went, she got her hair washed and conditioned. She had to sit under the dryer for hours until it was dry. Then that process started. Y'all don't want to do shit. Y'all just want to do the final stage. Y'all want to make shit look good for Instagram. Y'all not taking care of these people's hair. Y'all not listening to complaints. And the more they complain, the more stipulations you make. I understand not wanting kids and stuff to be running in and out of woo. I understand wanting people to be punctual, but this is a community-based service. It used to be. Now it's just a jug. So that y'all can take pretty pictures on Instagram, show off y'all skills on Instagram, and then show off y'all fits on Instagram. Y'all want to be lifestylists and not entrepreneurs for real, because y'all don't really care about the business. Because if you cared about the business, you would care about the customers. You don't take care of the customers, you don't take care of the business. Then you don't have a business. Now you're back working a job. Being an entrepreneur doesn't just mean you make money and you're your own boss. There's an all-encompassing thing. And the customers are always right.
Sweethaht. This is why I believe that Black America has a problem. We have a problem on our hands. And the problem is we have confused attention with community.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm concerned because Atlanta is supposed to be the promised land. Atlanta is supposed to be the next step. Atlanta is supposed to be the Black Mecca, correct? This is a peek into the question of how do we see each other? Who are we to each other? Mm-hmm. And what I am seeing is individuals are using the negativities and the guise of capitalism to call themselves liberated, when in actuality, the true liberating force would be to be an entrepreneur, would be someone who builds community and not just customer. Right. And what concerns me the most here, Sweethaht, is that I feel like this thing has been happening for so long, as with music, that we have developed a bigger problem. When I see these rules about you can't make substitutions, you can't come late, you got to do all your labor beforehand, mm-hmm. My man says it's laziness. My man says it's a lack of care. But I think it's something worse.
What's up?
I don't think niggas got skills. I think the people who put up all these rules and stipulations about how their creativity works, about how they can style, about how they can cook, about how they can engage the community, these very stringent rules, these 10 rules with silly ass things like you can't have a party more than 4, but if there's more than 4 people, we're going to charge you $15 extra or 15%. Like, I feel like these individuals are actually talentless. They have no skill. All they have is the ability to hustle the little bit of product that they have for a profit for themselves. And to me, that is no different than them tiny homes. That is no different than DJ Envy flipping them houses. That is no different than Jay-Z saying he don't know what capitalism is, that capitalism is not a bad word. It's all in the same system. This is all a system that has convinced black folks that if you take the least skilled thing possible, if you take the lowest common denominator and sell it to people and make yourself prosperous, you have reached success. You have found the American dream. You can flex on Instagram. You can take your private trips. You can go to Fiji. And my concern is that niggas have listened to that advice from capitalism, have followed that advice to capitalism, and now believe that they are correct because they got lines busting out their restaurants in Atlanta. And so I'm so appreciative of a nigga like Keith Lee coming to the city and being like, how, he said it very God-loving, but how is a nigga like me with a family not in the demographic for your restaurant, Real Milk and Honey? How did your stipulations to protect yourself become impediments and burdens upon the community? Nigga, I'm just trying to go to brunch. I'm just trying to get some food. I'm trying to talk to my friends. And somehow you made yourself the main character in my story. And my man Blow said, that's how crack works. And that's exactly what they're doing. I feel like the new crack is just black capitalism. The new crack is to flip your customers instead of caring for your community. That's all I got to say. What are your thoughts, Sweethaht?
And it's interesting that you say that these people are unskilled because the irony is they used to have to be some of the most skilled people in the workforce, right?
You had to be the most
specialty
skilled.
Services, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now it seems like whoever has access to capital can now control the culture. When in actuality, that's not the case.
Right.
Our culture is not based on capital access. Nigga, you don't have to be the richest person in the world to be the best barber.
Exactly.
Actually, it's probably the opposite.
Right.
I keep telling you, the best haircut I got was at Mr. P in Intermission, Mississippi. $7. And I'm pretty sure with that $7 I covered half his rent for the day. What you talking about?
Yeah, it just feels like everybody's trying to finesse and
Everybody's
get
trying to
lit,
finesse and
yeah.
not trying to build. And that's crazy to me.
it's not sustainable.
But I guess we won't know until it crashes. And so the response to the Keith Lee thing is people are saying, like, why is he hating? Why is he pointing out black businesses? He's trying to get these places shut down. And my response is like, well, y'all want to be capitalist so bad, that's a free market. You want to be a capitalist so bad, that's fair. That's a fair market right there. Somebody criticized your product, and now you're going to lose business. It worked out well for you when you putting up all these rules. When you said I couldn't substitute my eggs for hash browns, it worked out well for you. But now that people giving you 1-star reviews, now I'm saying, oh, this is terrible. I don't want to be a part of capitalism. Fuck out of here. We got any comments?
Natalie said, give me an F on Tic Tac or whatever the kids call it.
Tic Tac, all right.
We got a couple of comments like gangsta, womp, and then like emojis and stuff. Jordan says that's facts. Natalie says there's an app for that. They're not innovative. And then Micah says this is getting good.
Yeah. Who are we to each other? Who are we to each other? I know there's the common adage that black businesses don't survive because of customer service. And again, I think a lot of us think that's like, oh, they were nice to me. He called me ma'am and sir. When in actuality, did you meet me in context, bro? Is it okay that I was late because I had to drop off my kid to the babysitter? Are you providing a community service? Or are you just trying to get customers?
And then no substitutions for allergies is crazy.
That's crazy. You untalented.
Right.
You back there factory working fucking restaurant meals. Come on, man.
Right.
Chef.
Mass
Cook.
producing.
Huh?
Mass producing.
Mass producing out there motherfucking.
Having shit just sitting under the warmers like, what?
Yeah, who want the salmon?
Right. That's crazy.
How come I can make substitutions at McDonald's so I can't make substitutions at the Real Milk and Honey? But y'all supposed to be an elite restaurant. Fuck out of my face, man. Let's do this, sweetheart. They done pissed me off now. I done thought about it too hard. Let's do this, sweetheart. Let's take a quick break. We're gonna watch Space by my girl Odd Mojo, and we'll be right back with more Who Wake and Bake with. Wait, make sure you have your blunt manifestations ready because we're gonna roll this blunt in the meantime, in between time. Have your blunt manifestations ready. We'll be ready back with more Wake and Bake with BeMo. Wake and Bake with BeMo. We gonna talk about Cenat going to jail with Drewski. Yeah.
Micah said food equivalent of Ice Spice.
Oh God. Oh God. Hey, Ice Spice serving the people though. I don't know what to tell you.
Hey, yo, bro. Yeah, wake up. Where's my packages?
It's in the back.
Bro, you do this every time. Oh, shit. What's good, bro?
It's so good to see you.
Yo, it's been a minute.
I know. Where you been, man? What you been up to?
I'm good, bro. I'm kind of tight because he keep fucking up my packages.
Oh,
losing them
my
every
God.
week. You know how it be over
Yeah, it's
here.
always something with the concierge.
Oh, my God, bro. It's all right, bro. You probably
You know
ate
you
her
owe me
shit,
a
too, that
smoothie.
she ordered.
You lost my smoothie. I don't know what happened.
The usual. But what's up, though? What's up with you?
Going to that rooftop party. You going tomorrow?
Oh, where? Oh, see, I don't know. I'm about to start writing some music. I'm in my vibe. I'm having a lot of thoughts about stuff.
Okay, I feel
What about
that.
you? You go?
I just thought the anniversary for me and Davon's tomorrow, so we may slide or I don't know.
Yeah, you on that cuffy shit. I
know
feel
what I'm
you.
saying? I might be-
Well, let me know. Hit me up, and
Okay.
I'll pull up with you if you go.
You be off your solitude vibes, so I don't know.
You know
if you're
I'm
gonna
always
pop
on my
out.
space vibes. I like my own space. You already know.
Okay.
But I'll let you know. I might, but I'm really thinking about writing some music.
Okay. You want up? We can make.
Yeah, I'm gonna go up because he sucks, and
Okay.
you lost my packages.
Yeah.
So yeah.
See, you know what? That's cool because that's exactly why I be eating your DoorDash. That's exactly why I eat your DoorDash. Wow. Wow.
Yo, babe, look.
Yo, do you see this? TikTok is so wild. Like, yo, wait, where you going? Babe, where you going?
Hey, yo, I need some space right now. I need some space. Yeah, I need some space right now. I need some space. Yo, I need some space right now. I need some space. Whoa, hey, yeah. I need some space right now. 6 feet away. Get your own J, nigga. I'm smoking on a personal. Hey, oh, and this is personal. Whoa, be careful of the energy you project. Son telling me you don't really care. Living life on the edge. Nah, I don't want that near. Yo, they say a lot of things, but they don't really mean it. Hey, whoa, I can tell that you're fiending. Whoa, for my company. You wanna be all over me. Manipulate, project. Nah, I gotta protect my space. Hey, whoa, hey, I need some space right now. I need some space. Yeah, I need some space right now. I need some space. Whoa, 6 feet away. Get your own J. I'm smoking on the personal. Hey, and this is personal.
I'm going on a trip. Need some space like Capricorn is. So please respect this. It don't got nothing to do with ya. I'm finding my bliss. Setting boundaries you cannot bound.
I need some space right now. Right now.
Get in touch with my life. It's a beautiful sight.
Do you know that we celestial beings? We are all stars, yet we are not the same. Growing tall from the plains, sprouting real high, oh my, manifested from the skies. Oh yeah, my circle real small. Keep my family around me like we fast and furious tall. Need some space from around y'all. Yeah, I need some space from around y'all. I need some space right now. I need some space. I need some space right now. I need some space.
Good morning. Welcome back to Awake and Bake with BeMo. Shabba. Thank you, Odd Mojo. We appreciate you allowing us to show the space music video. I think we might switch it up. You know what's crazy, sweetheart? I'm talking about we might switch it up. The season finale was supposed to be on Saturday. Talking about some switch it up. Yeah. The last show was supposed to be this past Saturday. But you know,
when we done.
Huh? When are we done?
Yeah.
You ready?
Oh, I thought you were going to say a date.
It's today? It's not today.
Is it
today?
Is it today?
No, today not the season finale. I guess we got to do something for the people. Or
we're not even gonna be here on Thursday. Oh wait, yeah, we are, right?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. I was just thinking, like, do we need to have another season finale, or should it be like, oh, we just taking 2 weeks off? We'll see y'all in a couple weeks.
I mean, I guess we could do that.
I don't know, sweetheart. What you got? Look. Oh, the sun went down. You gotta take the filter off. Damn. Yeah. Look. Tomorrow, can they see your hand? Yeah. What you mean, sweetheart? Let's do some blunt manifestations. All right. It's blunt manifestation time. I hope everybody got their blunt manifestation. Definitely put those in the chat. I'm saying these are not a replacement for whatever your religious activities are, but you know, we do believe that if you put to vocalize the things that you want out there into the universe, out there into real space, then they can manifest and come alive. Whereas if you keep them internal, then they'll never happen. You know what I'm saying? One of my best mentors told me back in the day, if you're not in the budget, you'll never be there. Meaning you have to consider yourself in order to pay yourself.
Didn't you make that?
Oh,
okay.
I got that from I think I got that from Jeff actually. Okay. If you don't put yourself, because the first time I pitched to him, I didn't have myself in the budget, and he said if you don't put yourself in the budget, then you won't be there.
Yeah. I was about to say something. Oh, speak life and
Yeah, exactly,
right.
Exactly. So, what do I want to manifest? What are we manifesting, sweetheart? We need safe travels on Thursday for sure. As we travel down 95. What else, sweetheart? Wait, you just walked away. I do have contracts coming up. That's true. Definitely want to get the confirmation on that contract. It's a pretty significant one too, but I still want to be able to, as this contract comes up and you and I, as we did with the PPP and unemployment, RIP unemployment. What a time! Remember when New York had a vigil for the unemployment? Shout out unemployment. As with that time, we're about to change classes again. And as I think about that, I just think about I thought I was going to think about damn, I can't wait to go to Fiji. Which Fiji, y'all know, is my metaphor for just blowing money on something extravagant and luxury. But you know what I can't wait for?
What?
I can't wait to pay a nigga rent.
Okay.
We talked about it briefly on the show. Not briefly, it was a whole segment on the show about my eviction, my history with evictions. Mm-hmm. I have a homeboy who happens to find himself in a very similar situation.
Yeah.
And I cannot wait to pay that nigga rent.
Nice.
What? I cannot motherfucking wait. And we manifesting a new apartment, regardless of whatever happens with this IZ situation. What you manifesting, sweetheart? What you got? Strength, courage, and wisdom. Sorry.
Yeah, that too. I was also gonna do safe travels. A good Halloween.
Oh, okay.
Safety for everybody that's going out tonight.
Yeah.
Doing whatever y'all do.
On a cold Tuesday.
Yeah, it's cold.
Cold Tuesday. Want to make sure we get to November right.
Right. Yeah, strong finish to the end of the year. Mm-hmm. Focus. Mm-hmm. Got a lot of things going on at the same time. Also, responsibility.
You want to manifest responsibility?
Hold on. More so in financial responsibility.
Okay.
Not just be frivolously spending money or oh, it's fine, and then look up and be in a bad situation. So yeah. What's up?
That makes me want to talk about the Osage.
Oh.
I'm not prepared for it today. But if you haven't seen Killers of the Flower Moon, I highly recommend you go watch that 3.5-hour movie immediately. Mm-hmm. Immediately. There are images in Killers of the Flower Moon that are based on real life images that we looked up when we came back from the movie that broke my brain.
Yeah.
I've never seen wealthy indigenous people before. And not wealthy they're wealthy in love in their own right and on their land. No, these niggas had furs and cars and bricks, jewels, and money.
Yeah.
Like that kind of wealthy. I've never seen 1920s flapper, wealth on an indigenous person before until I saw Killers of the Flower Moon.
They had white servants.
They had white servants who would coon.
Right.
Like the Savannah Bananas.
Mm-hmm.
So when you say like financial responsibility, is that what you said?
Yeah.
Oh man. I'm going to ask you a question, but it's going to sound like I'm accusing you of something. So excuse me. What is your North Star of financial responsibility?
My North Star, like.
Better question. Whose definition of financial responsibility are you using?
Mine. My own.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about where I've been and not wanting to go back there, basically.
This is going to sound like a dumbass question.
Okay.
Who taught us poverty was bad?
I mean, it's not that not that anybody taught us, but you and I have experienced it. I don't want to be in that place anymore, you know?
Okay, we're gonna move on.
Why?
Because I wanted to tie this conversation to the Osage. And if I continue to talk about it, I'm not gonna be able to have a full segment on another show about it.
Okay.
But essentially, no. I just wanna in this moment, I wanna question. Okay, so we talk about financial literacy, right?
Yeah.
Who wrote the original financial literature? On what principles are we basing financial responsibility? Because there are several examples in history where if you used your finances outside of a certain system, they called you incompetent.
Yeah.
That's all I'm asking. We got any other manifestations in the comments? Because I want to really dig deep on that. I feel like there's a new blueprint there, and I'm not signaling you out, Sweetheart, because I feel the same way. What does it mean to be financially responsible? Especially after we saw indigenous people in furs.
But then we also saw how that story turned out. Not even talking about what happened to them, but not the basically what happened to the wealth.
Yeah, but even oh man, damn it. We're gonna move on. We
got some manifestations.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan says safe and fun Halloween with my son.
Nice.
Absolutely.
What's baby boy for Halloween? Y'all got a joint costume?
Run the Trap and Drop the Bass says, I want my relationships and the way I handle people to reflect my financial situation, or like vice versa, like the time I put energy into finances to reflect the partnerships.
Are you sure?
They also said the richest man in Babylon after that.
Okay, cool.
Right.
All right, bet. That's all the manifestations?
Yep.
Okay, for sure. Let's traverse into our final topic for the day, sweetheart. Let's traverse. And there's no clever way I can talk about this. Cenat, Twitch star. Mm-hmm. So Natalie, you probably don't know this person if you don't know the Tic Tac, you probably don't know the Twitch either. Cenat, the young boy who had to sleep over with Offset, right? Mm-hmm. If you're paying attention to the internet, this is also the young boy who called Nicki Minaj auntie, and Nicki Minaj hung up on him.
That's why she hung up.
That's why she hung up on him.
I mean, to be
because the
fair,
last thing Nicki Minaj want to be is old. Okay, if you haven't been tracking the story, Nicki Minaj does not want to be old.
But to be fair,
to
be fair though,
what?
She is like.
I mean, look.
Right.
I mean, look.
Like,
but I mean, but I want to say like a year ago, 2 years ago, who brought this up? might have been Oprah. I don't know why Oprah is the one that's in my head right now. It might have been Oprah or Queen Latifah that was like, don't call me auntie. Because you calling me old. Which, you know what I'm saying, in the black community, there's, you know what I'm saying, there's two thoughts. Black don't crack, and also, nigga, I'm still 28. Okay, all right. all right, Miss Jones.
That, I'm just shocked because Oprah doesn't want to be people.
It was like, I can't, don't quote me on the exact name, but it was a prominent black woman that was like, why are you calling each other auntie? I'm not auntie.
I feel like it's a term of endearment and respect, but that's a whole nother conversation.
So is nigga. Some niggas like, don't call me nigga. Okay, so Kai Cenat, young boy, does streaming on Twitch, has an audience. I think he is the highest subscribed person on Twitch. Yeah. Kai Cenat. This is also the individual who was trying to give out 5 PlayStation 5s in Central Park and ended up being a 17-year-old riot downtown New York. Yeah. Niggas stomping on cars and cussing each other out. Kai Cenat, I have not said what he's done yet, though, because I don't know if the people know. Kai Cenat has created a fake jail and is streaming from it for 7 days straight. That's it. Play the first video, sweetheart. Play the first video.
Wait, is it Black Capitalism?
No.
Oh, I see it. Okay. Not the parody one.
Not the parody one, no.
I don't give a fuck. God damn, Chris going alone. Chris taking this shit a little bit too serious. Chris really might be a cop. Chris really might be a cop, bro. We taking this shit too serious, bro. Let's mob with these niggas. We taking this shit too serious, bro. He really might be a fucking fatty. He don't even got a sound. Chris might be a fucking fat fool, bro.
Officer. Officer.
Yo, free game.
Kai Cenat has created a fake jail and is live streaming from that fake jail for 7 years. Kai Cenat is 22 years old, right? I don't know if he has the wherewithal or the momentum of memory to know that this has been done before.
Right.
They didn't stream it. They recorded it. Some parts of it created a documentary that I think is Oscar nominated, Emmy winning, one of those situations. Yeah. But this is the Stanford prison experiment from 1973. Except Kai Cenat is doing it with black bodies on screen 24/7, literally 7, for the entertainment of others. And I chose this clip to show you first on purpose because that is probably the most jail of this 24-hour, 7-day jail stream that you'll see. But it's still important to know that this is happening. And the lady in the house said it while we was away for a second, but I want to repeat this. This is from a psychologist, Dr. Zimbardo, and his colleagues in 1973 in the Stanford prison experiment. They were interested in finding out whether the brutality reported amongst guards in American prisons was due to the sadistic personalities of the guards, i.e. dispositional, or had more to do with the prison environment, i.e. situational. For example, prisoners and guards may have personalities that make conflict inevitable with prisoners, lacking respect for law and others, law and order, and guards being domineering and aggressive. Alternatively, prisoners and guards may behave in a hostile manner due to the rigid power structure of the social environment of the prisoners. Zimbardo predicted the situation made people act the way they do rather than their disposition. So his thought was these were all personality traits that would come out based on the system. I mean, these are things that are, Zimbardo predicted that people would behave in the way of prisoner and guard because they were put in the situation of prisoner and guard versus that this was their natural disposition to be mean, hazing, disrespectful, inhumane, et cetera, et cetera. People are responding to their situation rather than responding to something that is innately within inside them.
Right.
So that being said, I wanted to show you the dangerous thing first. Because you know what else is happening in here on a majority? Fun. Niggas is having a good time in jail with Cenat doing a 24-hour stream. And what's interesting about this experiment, if we use his embargo results and his predictions to also as a framework to look at what we're about to see, if these people are acting out parts of their personality in combination with parts of the environment they've been set up in, how do we explain joy in the prison system?
That's a good question.
Zimbardo, did this with a majority white populace.
Yeah.
And again, this is one of those things where like I'm talking about it out loud and it feels stupid. But like, where else do we see cultural experiments happen in real life like this? These niggas created a jail and now sitting in it for 24 hours, 7 days a week. Last I saw, Krishan pulled up to the jail. And you know what they was doing with Krishan?
What?
They were reading her book. Did you know Krishan wrote a book?
No.
They were reading Krishan's book. And in response to them reading Krishan's book, you know what Krishan was doing?
What?
Crying tears of joy.
Wow.
How is it that in a fake jail on a 24-hour stream, if we're following the Zimbardo framework, how is it that these individuals are expressing a disposition of joy while being in a situation of terror? How is that happening? How is that possible? Who's answering that question? How powerful is black joy? Huh.
You know?
Huh.
I think you can look at the last 400 plus years.
To see what?
Because
go ahead.
We
sweetheart.
shouldn't be here right now.
And yet,
right.
And yet, niggas on the internet today,
right,
tearing down Milk and Honey with jokes,
right.
with jokes, I tell you. Second thing here, sweetheart, and this is the thing that kind of makes me uncomfortable. Okay. The second thing here is like, Tony Lewis Sr. just got out of jail. Right. His son was advocating for his father to be released for drug crimes from the 80s for like 20 years. Became became almost a celebrity abolitionist, if you will. The most modern day example of Frederick Douglass on a very literal sense. Him and Mark Lamont Hill.
Right.
Yet Cenat is doing parody videos in jail. Play the video.
Some of y'all know y'all soft. I can look into y'all eyes and just know y'all soft.
Why you ain't come all the way down the line then?
You soft. You like a damn teddy bear. Your eyes low on your face. You like you run track.
Oh, you cursing. How old are you, bro?
You need an ass whooping.
You're 12 cursing to a grown ass, but that's not cool.
And you come here and guess what's going on?
Real shit. You standing here cursing at him. He trying to tell you something, but that's not cool, bro.
Some real life stuff.
No, I know you here because you thought you were going to be commercial and shit. You maybe know me and shit like that, but you cursing at a grown man. Let him just talk and give you some advice, bro.
Give me real advice.
You done this shit.
Y'all step back, man, because y'all done made this into, this ain't funny no more.
This ain't funny. Everybody step back, bro.
This ain't even funny no more.
This shit real. Guess how many years my brother did right here?
Tell him.
2 days.
48 hours.
48 hours, nigga.
48 hours.
Shit ain't sweet.
What baby say? I ain't trying to do 30 minutes. What you talking about?
Shit. But hey, it don't even be about that.
That's not even a kid.
Who the fuck is you?
So what we know is that the further away in time that a generation gets from traumatic events, the more distant they are with their observation, what gives them room for parody and jokes. So what that I said, it kind of disturbs me, but it disturbs me in a way because I'm old. You know what I mean? I'm old and I'm still connected to the mass incarceration and the trauma that impacted on several communities. The taking of OGs and big brothers and fathers and uncles out of communities is a very serious thing to me, but to a generation that is almost 2 generations removed from that sin. This nigga Cenat is 22 years old.
Yeah.
Fucking crime bill been struck down about half his life, if not majority.
Right.
That's all I want to say. I don't know. That's all I want to say. I don't know if I want to nominate him for the Paul Robeson Negro of the Week. I just wanted to make this observation. Like, I just wanted to put this into proper context, maybe to make the point, as Natalie is getting ready to go to Africa.
Yeah.
I hope you get to see the king. You feel me? Maybe to make the point that, like, some of these social remedies, some of these answers to the question of who we are to each other are directly in front of our face. And maybe instead of like looking down on them or thinking of them as silly or stupid, maybe we should learn from them. Or maybe this thing has no lesson. And that's all I wanted to say, is that Cenat is in jail for 24/7, literally. What are your thoughts, Peter? What are your thoughts on Cenat in jail?
Yeah, when you first told me about it, I was a little conflicted because, of course, we know the history and the connection with the school-to-prison pipeline, you know, the fact that prison is and jail is related to slavery. Like, how many of our people are still incarcerated to this day for some people petty crimes and, you know, whatever. But also I'm like, that's it's still a little bit. I think it's interesting that we're at a place where we can almost make light of the situation, you know? Not really make light of, but...
Well, we giving a lot of grace. I'm pretty sure there's some niggas who don't think this shit is funny at all.
Right. That's why I'm like, I'm conflicted.
I saw one comment that was like, it's not cool to try to make jail look fun.
Yeah. Right.
But then what is hip hop?
Oh.
If not making jail look fun. And I don't mean that in a literal sense. I mean hip hop to, if blackness has been imprisonment for 400 years and hip hop is a celebration of that fact, then how is hip hop different than what Cenat is doing in his prison?
Right.
Taking an oppressive system, using a few moments from that oppressive system to express yourself in a way that everybody can enjoy. We got any comments?
Let's see. Okay. It was Ava DuVernay who didn't want to be the auntie.
Ava DuVernay. Don't call me auntie.
And Jordan said Mickey Mouse is his favorite, so he's Mickey. I'm just going to be a construction worker.
For sure.
He also said, oh, he really did a fake jail. I thought it was a cell. Drew said, good morning. Hey, Drew.
Good morning, Drew.
And then he said, the experiment was supposed to last it deleted the first comment, but it was talking about the Zimbardo experiment. Yeah. And then he said the experiment was supposed to last 2 weeks, but he had to end it in 6 days because it was going too far.
Yep.
Then he said there was a hypothesis that in the experiment, the guards' actions were a product of their whiteness, but ethically you can't recreate the experiment with all black people knowing what can happen. Natalie said, what's up?
So Cenat did it unethically.
Damn.
That's crazy.
Natalie said, okay, lady of the house. Jordan said, oh my goodness, wow. And then he said, milk and honey should be called Pharaohs.
It should. That's funny. That's funny.
Drew said, joy in harsh conditions could be a product of cultural values. It could also be a product of spiritual growth, as prison is a place a lot of people find God and religious joy to survive. It's true.
Yeah.
He also says, strong men create good times, which creates weak men, which creates hard times, which creates strong men, and so on. Yeah, I've heard that. Natalie said, "Nah, we ain't there yet. My cousin still got 30 years." Damn.
See?
Right. Yeah.
See,
right.
that shit not funny.
And then Drew said, "Hip hop wasn't originally a celebration of prison culture. It was an expression of the harsh realities the earliest artists spoke about. Once it became mainstream, corporations weaponized it against."
Of course.
Yeah.
I was making an analogy, not a direct fact.
I feel like there were some more, but YouTube probably deleted them.
Damn. Why YouTube deleting the comments? Or are they deleting the comments? What's going on? All right, so you know what time it is, though. When it talked about all the stuff, we have no nominees. It's time. It's time for the burning question. I ain't even got a roach.
Yep.
For the roach. What you got for me, Sweethaht? Today we have talked about Keith Lee. We have talked about black capitalism and its evolutions. We have talked about the unskilled pharaohs, if you will. And then we talked about Cenat. We tried not to talk about the Osage people, about blunt manifestations, and now it's time for the burning question for the roach.
Oh. Drew says also it's my birthday.
Happy birthday, Drew.
Hey.
Wow. What a way to start your morning.
Okay. In regards to black capitalism and business owners, entrepreneurs, et cetera, are we supposed to continue to support these businesses or?
Keith Lee said, don't go bombarding these people's business with low reviews and hate and trying to get people fired. Then I saw a video this morning said that the owners of the other Milk and Honey, not the real Milk and Honey, but the original Milk and Honey, because it's two different Milk and Honeys, are receiving death threats.
Damn.
So, and while I respect what he says, that's the proof in the pudding right there, though. That's the proof that black business is more community than it is customer. Because there will be individuals who will, on his behalf, defend him with low reviews, defend him with one-star remarks, defend him with death threats because they feel like that's the most appropriate way to protect that community of people. Right. They will do that. Mm-hmm. And they will do that in scores, in multitudes, exponentially more than black folks will go visit these restaurants. Mm-hmm. And what I hope happens, and I say this with all positivity in my very Afro-optimistic heart, I hope the real Milk and Honey hurts. I hope they get hit. Mm-hmm. I hope they are forced to reevaluate their rules. Because they created these rules as some type of capitalistic protection for themselves. And now these rules have been exposed as ridiculous and self-grandizing, and now you must make another response. And if your response is to stand 10 toes down on tenets of capitalism that are meant to marginalize, instead of trying to increase scale, instead of trying to increase capacity, instead of investing more of your community, then we have an answer for who you are. So that's what I'm saying. I hope this acts as a true test to their business. I hope on Sunday they had no customers and they had to sit in an empty restaurant, no pickup orders, no call-ins, no sit-ins, no nothing, and just think about, how did this happen? And if they were one, like I see most people doing, to blame the internet, like, oh man, the internet got me. Oh, the trolls got me. Oh, the cancel culture. Oh, my carburetor. Whatever the fucking excuse is, right? If they're the individuals who are going to lean on that, I know you're not. I know you're not for the community, and you should be gone anyway. Yeah. You should be part of the community again. Go back to being a customer. So many better ways you can invest your money than providing terrible service to a great group of people. Mm-hmm. What was the question?
supposed to continue to support these?
I don't know. I say I hope they experienced the loss, but I know on Sunday they was fine. I know just by looking at Atlanta Twitter, I know that individuals were like, "Oh, I'm not gonna trust some nigga from out of town. That's still my spot. Where else I'ma go?" Because niggas is also convinced that their endpoint should just be customer. They can. I mean, you could have stayed home. I saw the response videos from the owners of the Real Milk and Honey, and they was real sassy about it. I saw Candy Burris' response from, I think that her name of restaurant is Old Lady Gang.
Yeah.
But her response, you know what I'm saying, was a lot more put together, a lot more PR savvy.
Yeah.
But in this situation, like, I'm not even talking about the outcome. I'm talking about the necessity for these rules. And now am I being too harsh? Now is there some type of barrier that doesn't allow for these black restaurants to scale and grow? But I have a feeling it's a system. I just have a feeling it's a function of selfishness. I just got that feeling.
Yeah.
I got that feeling it's a function of selfishness. Maybe because I just know bougie, uppity niggas with money from the South. I got a feeling it's about selfishness and like, I'm doing fine. Me and mines is doing fine.
Right.
Me and mines is doing fine. All right, sweetheart. We got any comments before we get up out of here?
Jordan said, "Can I nominate Mark Lamont Hill off General Principle?"
Say it one more time.
Can I nominate Mark Lamont Hill
For the Paul Rosa Negro of the Week?
off Principle? Yeah.
Off Principle?
Yeah.
Of course. Of course. We will always accept nominations for Mark Lamont Hill. As a matter of fact, you know what? I'll put something together. We'll have something on Thursday. Let me write that down. My man, Pardon Me with P is back.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you check that out. All right, so only comments we got?
And he told Drew happy birthday. But yeah.
Happy birthday, Drew,
Yeah.
with your old ass. Make sure you stretch now. As always, you can catch the instant replay right here on YouTube or on X, or listen to the podcast wherever you listen to your podcast. I prefer that you listen to it on Spotify or Apple Podcast, or actually Spotify, because Apple Podcasts keep fucking up my my podcast art. Supposed to be colorful and beautiful. It still got me in black and white from season 2. Come on, man. Like they can hear me right now. We appreciate y'all listening. Join us on Thursday for another episode of Who Wake and Bake Will You Be Mo? Ooh, yeah. That was wild. Detroit Rivers, take us out, baby. I'll see y'all on Thursday. Peace. I'm a bask in the sunlight. Look at my fine ass.
Hold on tight, don't let this feeling slip away. Your city, yeah, happy feelings. Breaking Beverly and Maze, don't be amazed. Find yourself, learn your joys and pains. Live your voice and sing. The sounds of your heart, don't you worry about a thing. And don't forget your lyrics. This is a reminder of joy every time you hear it. Just your birthright is joy. Smile, you can wear it contagious once you share it. Let love loose, don't fear it. Just that black boy joy.
Black boy joy up on your brain. Let this black boy joy give you some game. Black boy joy get up again. And black boy joy through all the pain. And black boy joy say it again. One more time, get this black boy joy up on your brain. Let this black boy joy give you some game. Black boy joy get up again. And black boy joy through all the pain. And black boy joy say it again. Where I was raised, black boys was being destroyed. I grew up a black boy, they had stole my joy. Nobody put on my neck, so I do it for Floyd. Do it for Tamir Rice and for the underemployed. For the ones that gave back, communicated, deployed. I wanna give you a rope so that you can aboard. I wanna give you a hope so that you can avoid having to be a black man without no black boy joy. So get this black boy joy up on your brain. Let this black boy joy give you some game. Black boy joy get up again. And black boy joy through all the pain. And black boy joy say it again. One more time, get this black boy joy up on your brain. Let this black boy joy give you some game. Black boy joy get up again. And black boy joy through all the pain. And black boy joy say it again. For us, it's easier to go to jail than to go to college. Rather us be entertainers than be getting knowledge. They funded our own genocide. The word is power. Killing niggas in every song. I think it's coward. Easier to act tough when you in doubt because the world incriminates us. Cause we in doubt. Now we afraid of our own kind and it's really wild. I think they got us backwards, but I figured out it's easier to fit in than it is to stand out. So I'm black boy joy when I'm cruising around. And I'm black boy Joy, fresh hitting the town. And I'm Black Boy Joy, dancing, cleaning the house. And I'm Black Boy Joy when I go for a hike. Been Black Boy Joy since I was riding a bike. My son Black Boy Joy, and that's crazy to me. I was miserable growing up, I really hated it, G. But the world is much bigger than I was able to see. So get this Black Boy Joy up on your brain. Let this Black Boy Joy give you some game. Black Boy Joy, get up again. And Black Boy Joy, do all the pain. And Black Boy Joy, say it again. One more time, get this Black Boy Joy up on your brain. Let this Black Boy Joy give you some game. Black Boy Joy, get up again. And Black Boy Joy, do all the pain. And Black Boy Joy, say it again. Smile.